Why, hello there. And I gotta tell you, I was looking at my hair just in my warm up video for this, and I gotta tell you, looks damn sexy. All right, so we're gonna talk about the NCGOP convention schedule and the breakout sessions in this video, and we'll look at. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at. Yep. Now the breakout sessions, it's interesting because the only way you can find what the breakout sessions are is on the NCGOP convention website, or they've sent people emails during the week, your email account. It is not somehow in this program, which is very odd. It even says in the convention schedule, it says, please refer to the state convention website or bag insert for schedule. But there's no bag insert. I mean, I checked this thing, a lot, and it's not in there. But anyway, here's the breakout sessions. They start at 8:30 sharp this morning. We have Robert's Rules of Order with Phil Strack. That's in Auditorium 2. Now that is in years past, that's been hosted by Billy Miller, who is the convention chairman for the last 25 conventions. But Billy is not going to be here this year because the NCGOP never checked, never consulted with Billy about what his schedule was going to be on this weekend. And it turned out he had a wedding to officiate, and Billy just could not do that this year. So I have a whole nother video about the Billy Miller situation on this channel, but it is bizarre, and it's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional look by the Jason Simmons administration. But then also at 8:30, you can go to Roles of the Party by the Leadership Institute, who do very good work, by the way, I think. That's in Auditorium 3. You have Nation Builder training. That's kind of old hat for a lot of us party veterans, but if you want to check it out, don't take my word for it, though. That's with Olivia Stone, the NCGOP Digital Director in Colony A and B. Now, at 9:30, they have the Treasurer training with Martin Oakes, NCGOP Treasurer. That's in Auditorium 2. Social Media and Artificial Intelligence is in Auditorium 3, hosted by the Leadership Institute. And then we have GOP Data Center training with Dakota Cook, NCGOP Political Director. That's in Colony A, B. Now, 10:30, we have the Introduction to American Conservation Coalition Action. American Conservation Coalition Action. Say that fast 5 times in a row if you can. But of course, that's hosted by American Conservation Coalition Action. That's in Auditorium 2. Auditorium 3 will feature Precinct Organization by the Leadership Institute. And probably something that's not going to be very well attended. Yeah, right. The Plan of Organization overview is in Colony A, B. Now, what I will tell you here, I'll give you a little insider tip. What I would do with these breakout sessions is if I really wanted to go to the Plan of Organization overview at 10:30, I would actually attend the breakout session that precedes it at 9:30, and that's the GOP Data Center training, because that's going to be in the same room as the Plan of Organization overview. So you get there at 9:30, you'll be in Colony AB, and then you can stay in Colony AB at 10:30 for Plan of Organization overview. So that way you're not fighting the crowd. You don't have to, you're not fighting the crowd going in and out of the you know. And what I recommend doing is always sit either the far left, the far right, or sit in the very center of the auditorium. Don't be one of these people who sits right next to the aisle, because people are going to be constantly saying, hey, is that seat taken? And then, of course, you're obligated, especially if you're a nice person like me, to say, yes, it is. And then people have to step over you to get the seats. So try to, not be in people's way at these breakout sessions. And that goes for the main convention as well. At 11:30, we have Keep It Going, Early Voting Planning for 2026. That's by American Majority Action and American Restoration PAC. That's in Auditorium 2. Auditorium 3 is going to feature Legal Compliance and Election Integrity panel. That's by the Republican National Lawyers Association. And then Colony AB, we have the Numenar app introduction. That's by Numenar, which is one of those get out the vote software thingies, whatever you call that. And there's also another breakout session. This one is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's going to be in Imperial Ballroom D. That has Kimberly Klasick, who is from Baltimore. She used to be talk radio host on the mighty WBAL 1090 AM, and now she's over at WCBM, which is, I believe, 680 out of Baltimore. She also ran for Congress against Kwesi Mfume a couple years ago. Did not win, but brought some good media coverage to herself in her campaign. But this, of course, we have the Kimberly Klasick, hosted by the Republican National Hispanic Association of North Carolina and the Frederick Douglass Foundation. It's called Making an Impact in Our Minority Communities. Again, it's from 9 to 11, so it is a very tough time slot, especially if you really want to go to plan of organization and the Robert's Rules of Order, especially if you want to do that. They had one of these a couple years ago. I enjoyed it. Kimberly Klasick was not there, though, but it was still pretty good. I wish they could have had this maybe, I don't know. Wish they would have had this maybe Thursday evening. Yeah, they could have had it like 5 to 7 before the meeting, for the seminar with the Trump administration thing. Yeah, it's like, darn, why do they have all of these breakout sessions? Like 3 of them I want to go to, but they're all 3 at the same time. It's like, ugh. So I'll be going to the Robert's Rules of Order at 8:30. Followed at 9:30 by the GOP data center training, and then at 10:30 plan of organization, and then they do have sessions at 11:30, but I'll be ready for lunch probably at 11:30. I usually don't like to rush things, especially on the first day. So I will do that. Go to lunch over at the mall. Do that. Come back. Go around to all the vendors, check those out, get all kinds of free candy, pens, and information, maybe some swag, Try not to, vendors, I like to hit them kind of fast. I like to try to not, not have 30-minute conversations with one of them. Try to avoid that if I can. But I'm a nice enough guy to where if they want to talk to me, I'll talk to them, Okay, so schedule. Last night we began with the registration from 4 to 8. My insider tip here is that do not get to registration Thursday at 4, because everybody will be there at the same time and it will be chaos. And I'm the kind of guy, I have to stand up and walk and be on my feet all day for work. So no, I'm not going to stand around just for the fun of it. I'm going to wait until, there was an Orioles game on during that time, so I waited until 7 o'clock to go register. They did have an event last night with a member of the Trump administration. The name escapes me, though, unfortunately. So, of course, you can also register this morning, any time from 8 to 5 today. Breakout sessions begin 8:30. There is a county chairman lunch at 12. That's only for county and district chairs. Then the afternoon business session is going to feature. That will feature. Why is there not a master copy of this? I don't know, but I'll have to go by memory here because it's not listed in the afternoon business session. But it is. Of course, we're going to do our credentials, roll call of all the counties, how many people attended from each county. Then we're going to have the rules. Always have to have the rules for the convention, obviously. You can't do business without the rules and credentials. Then we're going to do, I believe it's the platform, and I believe that's it for Friday. Of course, you have your VIP reception, grand old party dinner, chairman's reception. Mainly, I just go for the business sessions. Of course, the dinners and the lunches and the breakfasts are always paid. Tomorrow morning, you can register from 8 to 2. They're going to have a breakfast. Of course, breakfast at 8. The business session at 9:30, very important because we're going to be discussing and voting on the plan of organization. They're also going to try to get resolutions tomorrow. Personally, they should probably be done on Friday because I think the plan of organization debate is going to be dicey with that. And let's see, lunch at 12, paid. You have to pay for that. At 2 o'clock, we have the afternoon business session. That's when we elect a new chair and a vice chair to the NCGOP. And of course, then VIP reception, dinner, state legislative reception. Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, the prayer breakfast, and 10:30, the executive committee meeting to wrap everything up for this weekend. So, that has been my video on the breakout sessions and the schedule. Okay, bye-bye.